As ridiculous as a Francis Ngannou fight, or
What do you think of
it's a
that?
game changer, isn't it?
This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Eddie Hearn here at Joshua Whyte 2 press conference rematch, August 12th on DAZN pay-per-view. Eddie, why weren't you in Florida?
I know, yeah, I wasn't invited, I don't think. I actually weren't even invited to AJ's camp. I was going to Mexico and I landed in Dallas and I had a few hours, so I just popped to see AJ. Didn't know Dillian wanted me to come to his camp, but good banter. And, I guess I always get accused of AJ being my number one, and he has been for a long time. It's a great fight, and I wish both of them the best of luck.
A lot of people were surprised that AJ's taken this gamble. The same thing with Andy Ruiz, and no one's really talking, I guess, about Wilder because it's such a dangerous fight. But did DAZN and you guys need a name like Dillian Whyte, given the guys you mentioned like Caballero, would that have sold out like this?
Yeah, I think, look, it's a different size of fight, but DAZN were, say, happy. They were proceeding with Caballero, Wallin, those kind of guys. It was AJ who said, I'm just not up for it. Like, can't we make the Dillian Whyte fight? And it was the response to Dillian Whyte's, the first email that I sent to Dillian Whyte, that made me feel like we weren't going to make the fight. And I just kind of ruled it out from there. Because every time we went to him, he would go to Talk Sport or Sky Sports News, and I'd think, if you really want to make a fight, why are you going to a news outlet straight away? Then we talked about the rematch clause, and AJ said, just take the rematch clause out. And I'm like, you got the Deontay Wilder fight. Then we had the Saudi meetings, and Saudi said, look, can you not fight on August 12th? Not fight Dillian Whyte, just not fight. And he said, no, I want to fight. And I want to fight Dillian Whyte. And they said, well, look, just to let you know, if you lose, the offer's off the table. I'm like, fucking hell. But he just said, I'm fine with that. I believe I can win the fight. Let's go. And I think he deserves credit. I think we need this fight. I think British boxing needs this fight. To sell out the O2 in a couple of hours, to have a big pay-per-view, to have two British heavyweights go at it. This is a great fight. So fair play to both of them.
How close was this to going in a stadium? Because that's one of the things Dillian said.
The problem with the offer was it was an offer based on the O2. So we left money behind, but we never expected it to be Dillian Whyte. We booked the O2 on August 12th because I thought it would be one of the names we said. So we got 5 weeks out to move it around, to change it, to, still done a huge gate, and it's sold out. So we could have made more money doing it at a stadium, and it would have sold out Spurs. But we've got Conor Benn against Chris Eubank, which, if that clears this week, will be in a stadium. So I don't know. It's easy after the fact to say could have, should have. If you go on sale and it doesn't sell as fast, you're thanking the Lord that you're in the O2. We sold out Jermaine Franklin, but slowly. Now we've done it in 3 hours. So we should have gone to a stadium.
You said that you're trying to ask them in the presser if they're going to retire if they lose. Both didn't really want to say anything, but Joshua said before the Franklin press, if he loses, that's it. So is he under that pressure?
I think so. No one ever likes to say it, do they? But at the end of the day, AJ wants to be in World Championship fights. If he loses to Dillian Whyte, he's miles away from that. I said this before the Franklin fight. So these guys love to fight. They don't want to stop fighting. But fighting at a certain level would be very difficult to do for the loser of this fight.
And then Joshua, has been criticised in the last few years about, does he still have that spitefulness? What do you say to fans who are questioning that?
Of course, but he's a different fight. Like, he's not just a naive brawler anymore who goes in and lets his hands go with his chin in the air. He's smarter, he's more technical, his defence is better. So, but I do expect that spite in this fight. He knows he can't just let Dillian Whyte walk him down. He's going to have to hit him hard and fast. And I think he'll be a calculated performance, but it's a very dangerous fight. Dillian's an outstanding heavyweight, and both guys are going to be right up for this.
Frank Warren was on TalkSport the other night, and he said that your comments about Tyson wasn't serious about the Joshua fight, was pathetic and ridiculous. Anything you want to say back to that?
As ridiculous as a Francis Ngannou fight, or?
What do you think of that?
It's a game changer, isn't it? Yeah. Look, I don't blame Tyson. For Tyson Fury, you've got some guys want legacy, undisputed championships, and you've got other guys just want to make as much money as possible. I respect and rate both. Like, for Tyson, he's going to make, 30, 40 million to fight a guy that couldn't beat him if they fought a million times. So, smart business, bad for legacy. Does he care? good luck to him. I don't hate the decision. It's disappointing for boxing, but I'm going to sit here and go, it's a disgrace. He's just making a load of money, so that's what he's about.
Well, that's what True Geordie was talking about the fight, and he said it's a joke that Fury's taking these fights, like building it as like a McGregor-Mayweather type fight without being undisputed first. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, look, the Usyk fight was there. He didn't fancy the Usyk fight for one reason or another. I don't know, the deal, the style, whatever. But at the end of the day, each to their own. You know, I wish him all the best. He's making a load of money for an easy fight. So I can't blame him at the same time, but, you know.
Couple more before we finish up. Has Devin Haney accepted your offer to face Regis Prograis?
Good question. First time I've had that question today. And the answer is that fight is pretty close. Devin Haney has made it clear to me he wants that fight. We're in negotiations with him and Bill. I don't think we're a million miles away. I'm speaking with Regis this week, who wants the fight as well. But I'm very, very confident you see Regis Prograis against Devin Haney next. So
it's not going to be Ryan Garcia who put his name out there?
Because the WBC have ordered the fight with Sandor Martin, and the only exception will be Devin Haney. So I try and explain to Jack Catterall as well, who obviously wants that fight. If we don't fight Devin Haney, we have to fight Sandor Martin. So obviously we want to fight Devin Haney, and I think we'll get that done.
Billy Joe Saunders, any update with him?
No, he just, last I heard from him, he said that he was going to reach out to me when he was ready to start serious training camp. I believe he's in Fortaventura or somewhere training at the moment. I hope he comes back. I think he'll be an asset to the sport. He's a very good fighter, and we'll see where he gets to.
Literally last on Andy Cruz to tell the fans what they're going to expect next week.
This week, you're going to see one of the greatest amateurs of our generation. I think potentially the best lightweight in the world now open his professional career in a 10-round fight against Burgos, a really tough fight. Looking forward to it. Alicia Baumgardner, of course, defending her undisputed championship against her only defeat of her career.
Eddie, thanks for your time.